Hello? Is there any audio, guys? I have no idea if there's any audio. Please let me know if there's any audio. Oh, sweet. Good stuff. Sorry, guys. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is my first live stream, as you're aware. So I have no idea. It's all like new gear. I have no idea if it's going to work or not. But yeah, it's just the webcam on my laptop. I was trying to figure out if I could use my camera, actually connect it to my camera and use it, but it couldn't get it to work. So, but I think I'm going to have to buy like a decent sort of webcam to actually do live streams in future. So yeah, I've literally no topics to even talk about. I was just gonna jump on and see how it goes. Yeah, going good, thanks, Ryan. Cruising along, still waiting for the young fella to get here. He still hasn't arrived. He's being very stubborn. A fly is buzzing. Oh no, let's try a few things then. Can I change audio inputs halfway through a stream? Oh. G'day, BCI. I don't know how to change hardware. Oh, thanks, Dave. Is everyone getting like a buzzing through the audio, or is that just brutality? Oh, this is so complicated. I need an adult. I'm pretty sure. All right. Are you still getting audio, or did that just stop the audio? And Zach33 won't blow up as long as he gets the new ECU sorted. Zach33 will blow up if he can, if he tries to drift it at the moment. Awesome. All right, we fixed the buzz. That's good. All right, awesome. Oh, g'day, Alex Brown. So now, what's everyone been up to? Yeah, no baby yet, Luke. Still waiting. He's being stubborn, so yeah. Hopefully, he should be here. I was hoping tonight. Literally any time now. So yeah. Anyway, so he's a week overdue today. So definitely well baked in there. But he seems to be pretty happy in there, and he doesn't want to come out. So I don't really. Yeah, we've been trying everything. I've been giving him a stern talking to every night. Yeah, just banging away in there. He's not too. I suppose he's probably like me. He's not too fussed. He's pretty happy just to chill. Do I like Melbourne? I don't mind Melbourne. I'm not really a big city person. I'm definitely more of I like the bush. I like my space. But yeah, I don't mind Melbourne. I don't love it, but yeah, self-isolation, it's heaps fun. I've been for the past week now, I've been literally just at home. I haven't been at the workshop at all. So yeah, I've been feeling that sort of self-isolation as well, because I've just been at home doing not a lot, waiting for little men to arrive. If money was no object, what car would you build? Oh, I've said it a few times. I really like the Di Tommaso Pantera. They're like an Italian-built rear-engined Ford car, much like a Ford GT. The problem I reckon I'd have with them is I don't think I'd fit in one. Much like a Ford GT, I do not fit in a Ford GT. But a drive like that doesn't work. So I did buy a new car this week though, so look forward to that. It's going to be hilarious, guys. That should be out maybe next week. Demi reckons that Chelsea going to Labour while I'm doing the live stream. I hope not. Well, actually, I sort of hope at this point. I hope she goes into Labour very soon. I've got an RB25 Neo oil pump, just failed. I'm going to forge the engine. We'll be using it for drifting, and I'm planning on going with a spline drive kit. Yeah, the spline drive kits seem to be like a really good idea. It's exactly how JZ oil pumps work. So yeah, I honestly, I reckon they look pretty good. It's just like having a extended collar, except you've actually got a spline engagement. So I can't see why it would be a bad idea at all. Jack shit happening. Lockdown here in NZ. Stopped a lot of anything. Yeah, same here in Oz. We've got not much happening either. Toast and cheese. Is this going to be like a Q&A stream? Yeah, Wesley, it may as well be. Like I said, it was more so just a test bed for me because I've never done a live stream before. So I have no topics that I really wanted to talk about. It's going to be pretty much just having a chat to everyone. So if you got questions, ask away. What's up, Max? What's going on? Yeah, new car. Yeah, new Deadly Daily, chat lad. It's yeah, it's pretty funny. It's hilarious. It's really clean and low case, so I'm pretty keen. Did you get your super to get a mad car? I did get my super, but I didn't spend much of it on a car. I got my super because I need to pay off debts. So I'm off. It's 9 a.m. in the UK. Got to get some breakfast. All right, catch you later, Drifto. See you, man. I'll talk to you next time. Best way to block off VCT on a 25 head, just unplug the solenoid. After that, you can just buy like a bung, which will you can actually screw out the solenoid and screw in a bung if you're that worried about it. But just unblock, take the solenoid off and buy an adjustable cam gear for the cam. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm not sure. I've never had a look at a like a good look at a VCT cam. I don't know if you can actually put an adjustable cam gear on them. You might have to buy a non-VCT cam to do that. So yeah, I'd say just unplug the solenoid, unscrew it, and put a bung in there. Being a dad for the first time will blow you away. A bit like when you first drive a high PSI turbo car. Yeah, I can't wait, Jack. It's going to be definitely something different for sure. But I'm pretty excited. Just waiting for him to freaking get here. Have you seen the 3 meter flatty? Nah, mate, no 3 meter flatties around here. Are we going to see any Barra action on the channel? Absolutely. We've got a few ideas for Barra builds. We're going to start playing with Rex's XR6 Turbo a bit more now. Honestly, without me at the workshop, I think Rex has been probably doing, maybe he's been playing with a few things as well. He started on the Blue Tonner. He's pulled the motor out of the Blue Tonner, and we're going to start on that. So he started on that while I haven't been there, so that'll be coming. But yeah, we've got plenty of plans for our Barra builds. We're thinking about putting a Barra in our the yellow one tonner that's been sitting there dormant for a long time. It needs something done with it. So I'm thinking about putting a Barra in that. I have no super, and I'm in debt. Oopsie. Oh, damn. Rip BCI. I know the feels. I hate being in debt, but you got to risk it to get the biscuit as far as business goes, I suppose. And anyway, it's I'll work it. We'll work there and get out of it. Should I put a beams in my A112R Corolla? Yeah, beams are sick. Really highly rated beams. Luke Fink has been sort of doing a fair bit of work with the beams 86. He should have that should be out sort of this week on Luke's channel. And yeah, that thing's awesome. Sounds so good. Wonder if we'll see the ball vector Zaki at a night. Bust out the Rubik's Cube. I wouldn't even remember the algorithms to do a Rubik's Cube. It's been that long. Do you think A86 front on a KE70 wagon would look good? Yeah, I can't see why not. If you had, I reckon the 11 front would look pretty good. We've got the potential to pick up an MS2 for my NA7 and Cressida. It's got cam, shaved head, among other things. What are your thoughts on Mega Squirts? Honestly, they seem to be really good value for money. We're actually tossing up putting one in that little A82 while we're looking at other options for ECUs, because they do a plug-in for the 4H platform. Unfortunately, it won't work with that particular car. But I've got a mate up here who deals Mega Squirt, so if you are interested, let me know. I'll hook you up with him. Are you self-employed or are cars just a hobby? I'm self-employed now, so pretty much from the start of all this COVID stuff, I've pretty much been full-time just at the workshop. We had planned to wait until a bit later on this year to actually go full-time, but me and Rex do a lot of shutdown work, and unfortunately, because of the lockdown, a lot of our shutdowns got canned, so we sort of got forced into just going full-time at the workshop. And at this point, it's actually working out pretty good. So yeah, we're actually getting pretty busy, especially with them starting to lift the restrictions a bit. It means people are actually starting to be able to get their cars out to us. So we've got a fair bit of work lined up. So yeah, just sort of waiting on little man to get here and settle him, and then get back into it and start doing a lot more work at the workshop and see how we go full time. When's the hybrid RB engines coming? No need for hybrids, mate. The mighty 30 single cam head is the best head they made. No, honestly, I've thought about doing hybrids before. I've looked into it a few times. I can't go past a single cam head. There's plenty of people out there making 4 digits horsepower wise on a single cam head. They flow pretty well. And as much as they're cool, the hybrids, I reckon they sound awesome. They make them sound a lot better. For all of the applications I wanted to put an RB in, I've always just decided it was better to stay with the single cam head. So did I mention I lost my license testing out the new Weldy? Oh, well. Sounds like you're in the wars, BCI. I feel bad for you. Thoughts on the AR5 gearbox? Yeah, they seem to be a pretty good for option for Toyota as far as cheapness goes. I haven't had a lot to do with them, but they seem to be a pretty good option, being so much cheaper than the likes of an R154 and R15 series in general. So I had the 1J Hilux that I've been documenting a little bit here and there that's got a blown gearbox. I did look into them for that, and it seemed pretty good. But we ended up getting an R150 for that car pretty cheap, so we've gone for the R series box. Does Adam have type 2 diabetes? I don't know, Liam, you tell me. Billy Lambert, big fan of Mac's brother Rex. Yeah, Rex is a pretty cool dude. I thought he might be here in the chat today, but he must be having trouble with service. We've got terrible internet at the workshop, so we're looking into options to get it sorted at the moment, and we're hoping to have it sorted ASAP so that we actually have some internet service out there, because that would make things so much easier for us. But we've been there for what, like 8 years, and yeah, never had any phone service or any sort of internet connection. So fun fact, actually, up until probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, I never even had home internet while I've been running this channel. I've been running this entire channel off just hotspotting my phone for the past 2.5 years. So there's a fun fact for you. What do you think of the H6 Liberty? Yeah, I love Mitsubis. I'm a big fan. I've got a soft spot for Subis. I know a lot of people really don't like Subis, but I'm a big fan. The H6 is a pretty wild motor. Like, for an aspirated 6-cylinder, they're pretty torquey. And yeah, they're definitely cool. I like them. I like Love Labs. Thanks to Melbourne Bounce. Is that toughest things about being a YouTuber? Honestly, probably the scrutiny, I'd say. Like, you know, putting yourself out on the internet for everyone to have an opinion about you. You got to have pretty thick skin. Not that it's really ever bothered us. I don't know if you probably have noticed that we love the banter, and we're pretty sarcastic people, and we like to joke around. So, but yeah, that's probably about it. That and the time constraint. I mean, obviously at this point, I don't really make hardly any money from YouTube. That's why I stopped doing the daily content, just so I can focus more of my time on the business to get some money in the door. But yeah, it's there's not much else. It's just time and the scrutiny. Tough. This year has been entitled. I want a refund. I agree, BCI. I would like a refund on the year as well. But that being said, I got, you know, my young fella doing that, so there's definitely plenty of good things for me to look forward to this year. It's just been a terrible start. I hope this COVID stuff goes away soon and we can start driving a bit more again. I'm out of license till Jan 31, so keep your hopes up. Is Adam actually a midget? Oh yeah, Alex, I agree. Laugh out loud. When is the debate show with Adam and Rex coming? Oh, it's pretty much every episode they're in together. It's hilarious. Actually, it's funny. The last one of the last episodes I put up with Adam, a lot of people were like concerned about Adam actually being bullied, but just know that behind the scenes we do love Adam. We do a lot for Adam. It's just that we love the banter. Adam's hilarious. There's not a lot of people that can hang out with me and Rex and deal with us, like the banter in full force. And Adam's hilarious. This one, Dave. I don't understand, Ren Dad. That one went over my head. I don't get it. You're still looking for a Hazard R31 switch? Yeah, Scott, potentially. That project, we're still getting to it. Hopefully be very soon. But you know, with no tracks open, we're not in a mad hurry. But I have got some information from a bloke about which pins to bridge to actually get past it. So we'll just see how we go. But at the time, I might need one. Yeah. Evening, Max. Bub's born yet? G'day, Mafia boys. Not yet. Still waiting. Oh, thanks, Melbourne. Big thank you for your donation. It's going to go a long way. Pretty much everything that I'm making from the channel at the moment is going into merch. which should be pretty much very soon. I should have some merch out for you guys. I'm just waiting on Zach. Zach's working on my websites at the moment. And once I'm going to get Jacob Peck to do me up some shirts and some stickers and stuff. So yeah, after that, should hopefully have some merch for you guys to buy if any of you are potentially interested in buying some merch and just supporting the channel. Yeah, it goes a long way. Your opinion on Hyundai XLs? Oh, Dave put me on my page. He's my brother. Oh, sweet. No worries. G'day, random dad. And thank you, Dave. Hyundai XLs are sick. Love me Hyundai XLs. The old Alpha Hyundai motors are actually quite a strong unit. There's a lot of people pushing pretty good power out of them. So definitely a cool little thing. I do like them. There used to be a turbo one that used to get around here on the coast, and it used to go to a lot of the local car shows and stuff. And yeah, cool little sleeper. Yeah, the XL. Got to be twin cam 5-speed though. Yeah, for sure. For sure. No, I'm keen for you to see the new daily I bought. I think a lot of you are going to have a laugh. I have a laugh every time I get in it. So yeah, the problem with the XLs though is because of the XL Cup, because of the race series, they're actually getting real hard to find. It's same as like the Geminis, because they made a race series based on the car. It makes them like impossible to get now because they've all been bought up by races. But yeah, not even the XL, even the Accent was a pretty cool thing, and you can get those as well. So last thing you broke working on cars, as far as like a car part or like a bone, because I wouldn't even be able to tell you. It's yeah, I don't know, car part. I think the last car part that's really sticking in my head that's that I can think of that I broke was Adam's diff hat when I changed the diff out. And I was like, oh yeah, one more reef on the diff bung, and I was just cracked the whole hat on the diff. It's like, oh. I hope you're not getting rid of the wags though. Nah, chap, I'm retiring it as a daily just because it costs so much for me to drive to the workshop. But I'm gonna pay some more rego on it and keep it just for a tow car for a little while. And I do still kind of want to turbo it before I completely retire it. So I don't know yet. I don't have to buy much to turbo it. That's the thing. Like I've already got a turbo. I've got a spare set of GTR injectors. All I need to do is get like a manifold and a map sensor and a gate, and I can pretty much turbo it. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. What's your new daily, Jordan? That's the secret. It will. I'll reveal it in the video, which I'll try and get out like next week. I'm just trying to space the content because Little Man's so close to being here now. How long is the stream going for? I don't know, honestly. Like I said, I had no plans when I started the stream. Probably go for like maybe, I don't know, until people get bored. Until people get bored and stop watching. The 121 bubbles are in that same boat. I want to do my 323 swap on one again. Oh yeah, that would be pretty cool. It's like yeah, I nearly gave away what my new daily is. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to do it. Haltech ECUs really worth the extra coin. 3K for an RB30 plug and play kit. That sounds like a bit hefty. Where are you getting those prices from, Salistic Echo? I've got a few mates up here that deal Haltech. That seems really expensive for a plug and play. If you can, honestly, to tell you the truth, I prefer the Link software. I'm yet to do a complete tune on a Haltech, but I've been playing around with the software a lot. I've been doing actually a lot of base tunes, like base maps for cars that are coming up for customers to load in. And I've found the Link software to be a lot more intuitive and a lot more helpful. But yeah, the Haltechs are awesome. But yeah, I don't know. It just depends what you can get for a good price, really. And have a chat to whoever you're going to get to tune it. Because at the end of the day, any ECU is only as good as the tune that's on it. You could pay top dollar for any ECU you wanted, but the ECU is only as good as the tune that's in it. So have a chat to your tuner. Let him know. Or her. Not sexist. Have you seen that photo of the S13 with the turbo intake? I saw one getting around with an aspirated intake, and I thought that was sick because that's pretty much exactly what I want to do with a Barra. It's my plan with mine, except do it with a Barra. So yeah, Max, if you'd like a moderator, I do it for Zach at Summit. Happy to help out. Thanks, BCI. If I can figure out how to do that, yeah, I'll be all over it. I literally have no idea what I'm doing though. Like Zach does heaps of things on his live stream, has little things all over the screen. I don't know. Yeah, I've got no idea what I'm doing, honestly. Open the curtain. Nah, then my neighbors will see in. Solistic, it's the same price for a Wolf ECU plug and play. Yeah, I've heard pretty good things about Wolf as well. I've not looked into them though. I love you, Max. You're my biggest fan. At Drew. Thanks, Drew. Hi, I have Atomic on car valve springs tool, so you can do the XR. Oh yeah, we've actually got one. Thanks, Joseph. We've got one as well, and we've got we actually bought Atomic valve springs and some 1000cc injectors for XR6 turbo a fair while ago. So they're literally just sitting there. That thing is ready for us to just get them in there and go nuts with it, and pretty much go until that gearbox lets go, which I don't think will be long, but we do have it there. It's just one of those things we haven't got to. Like that thing is, again, it's just Rex's like daily, just gets neglected. One day we'll get there. You can go live for as long as you want, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think you can, but I'm sure that people will get over listening to me talk for that long. What else have we got here? Do you think yous will build anything like convert a front wheel drive to rear drive or swap old car into new chassis? Definitely. I've definitely thought about doing that. I'm a huge fan of Jimmy Oakes's build with his friggin' Civic with the Nissan stuff in it. But yeah, I don't know. We probably would. I've always wanted to build like a key car, like a really, really small car with like a rear-wheel drive Hayabusa engine or something in it, like a Tybo Hayabusa or something like that. I've always had ideas to do things like that, but I think it would be pretty uncontrollable at high speed. But yeah, no, definitely. I reckon it'd be cool. Ask Zach, he can help you out. Yeah, BCI. I will definitely ask Zach a bit more about it. I just thought I'd give it a try, but you know, Zach at the moment, he should be busy off his feet doing my websites. So no, I think Zach's pretty busy at the moment, but with his merch and everything going on. So, but yeah, I will get him to help me out for sure. On the modern overtaking lane, myself, BCI. Yeah, so do the moderators just pretty much control what goes onto the chat? Is that the deal? I'm assuming that's the deal. You know who I am, Princess Mangang. Mangang. Is that you, Drew Thompson? Pretty sure that's Drew Thompson. Thank you, Mr. Sabiji, for your donation. Again, going straight to merch. So try and get some more stickers and stuff sorted for you guys. And yeah, a lot of people have been talking about it, so I'll get some made up for sure. Definitely looking forward to the S13 Drift Pig build. When do you reckon that will be a go? I'm hoping towards the end of the year. You know, pretty much after the 31's done. At the moment, we're just not that worried with our own stuff right now, just because we're trying to get the business sort of going, and we've got nowhere to drive at the moment anyway. So that's why the LS31 sort of just sat there since we started it. I did find, though, I didn't even realize, but Custom Made Rod Shop actually make LS mounts for R31. So we're thinking about just buying a set of them just to save us the time. It's one of those things where it's fairly easy to make, but it's like a half-day job to make mounts. So if we just buy them, it's gonna, you know, the process is going to be a lot quicker. So that's hopefully going to be pretty soon. And yeah, hopefully get to the S13 maybe later in the year. That front wheel drive Corona would have been sick as a daily. It would have been, Dave. Would have been sweet, but it had, yeah, just too much damage, too many damaged panels and lights and stuff. I did have a look at what I could get from Japan to fix it, and it was just going to cost too much for a daily. Like I didn't want it that bad, but trust me, my new daily. My new daily is also very cool, so you're gonna love it. So look forward to that. Have you ever used an atomic valve on 40cc turbo with dual valves? No, we have never used atomic valve springs or anything in anything yet. So that barrel will be the first thing we use atomic valve springs in, pretty much, if we actually ever get them in there. Pretty much, if we don't end up putting in that XL6 turbo, we'll end up putting those valve springs and stuff into the motor that will go into the yellow tonner. So. Mangang, obviously it is. I'm waiting for him to pop, bro. Yeah, me too, man. You and me both. Yeah, you can delete comments and slam down the ban hammer if necessary. Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah, cool. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. I'll definitely talk to Zach about how I can set that up and how to set up my streams a bit better in future. And I don't know, how's the picture quality, everybody? Because I should probably look at getting a decent webcam to do it as well. Yeah, but very relaxed with my moderation, unless you're full racist or something that's horrible. I haven't even put anyone in timeout yet. Our group is very chillaxed. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'll be after. Like I said, we've got pretty thick skin. It takes a lot to offend someone like me. So I'd only be looking at like spam. Like I've seen on Zach's live streams, people just comment the same thing over and over again. That's definitely something I would be looking at getting rid of. Obviously, thus far, though, you guys have been absolutely awesome. So thanks, guys. But yeah, if you put a oil cooler on an RB25 DT Do you need to upgrade the oil pump? No, not particularly, Bradley. You shouldn't have that much of a drop in oil pressure, really. I've never had to sort of do that, but it's up to you. I mean, you can if you want, but never really had a problem with it. So, did you end up getting a new daily? I did, motorized bikes. So, video for that will be out very soon. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Ryan, 480p. Yeah, okay. I thought that might be the case. It's just my laptop webcam. My laptop's a pretty good computer, but I figured the webcam probably wouldn't be that good. Like I said at the start, I was hoping I could somehow connect my camera and have my camera act as the webcam for the stream, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. So, yeah, definitely might have to invest in a better webcam. Peter Edwards, what if I touch your bum? Classic Pete. Come on, Pete. Come on, mate. Have you tried? Have you tried using a Flowmaster spring turbo in a 6-liter turbo before? I don't understand the question. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I mostly deal with. Little kids trying to be annoying. Yeah, I think my channel seems to attract less of that sort of viewership than Zach's channel. Obviously, being the content, I think is it doesn't appeal to that sort of demographic as much. So I don't think I have the same issues, but yeah, definitely could be something in the future. We'll find out, I suppose. Got to take him out for dinner before you get the privilege, Pete. Yeah, exactly, Pete. Take me out for dinner. Let's go to the Flying Cock or whatever it is. Motorized Broax, want to donate, but YouTube takes most of it. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, man. But I'm hoping to have some merch out, hopefully pretty soon in the next couple of weeks. At that point, if you want to sort of support the channel, just buy some merch, and that way everyone sort of wins because you just get something from it as well. So, also your titles clickbait gets heaps of trolls. Yeah, I don't really clickbait. I know I found because of the nature of my content and how it's quite specialized. I found that you can clickbait as much, like someone like me could clickbait as much as we won't, but we won't get the retention. At the end of the day, if you're making content that really is about the nitty gritty of engines and doing this sort of stuff, people need to find it organically, because otherwise, if they're not interested, they're not going to watch at the end of the day. So you can clickbait and that video would do well, but at the end of the day, it doesn't translate to the rest of the channel, I've found. So I try and just make titles that hopefully draw people in, but just the people who are interested. What's a good first car? Oh, anything that's cheap and gets you from A to B, and you don't have to keep pouring money into. That's the best thing I could say. I don't know, over in Australia we have P-plate laws and stuff, so we can't have fast cars as the first car. So best thing I could say to those people is just buy something cheap that's cheap to run, cheap to maintain. You don't have to throw money at it, and save your money for exactly what you want when you can get it. We've had heaps of schnitties together. Yeah, too many, Pete. Nah, you got to come up and have a schnitty once all the coronas all over, Peter. Green Sun. Yeah, we have a lot of dumb comments coming in. You should get some mods. Do I have a lot? I don't know. I can usually change this. What's going on? All right. I don't know what I'm doing. Whoa. Oh, I see what I'm doing. Oh, that makes sense. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Bear with me for one moment. I realized you can actually put the chat in a separate window. Oh, wow. How convenient for me. Oh, awesome. All right. Sorry, guys. So in your infiniteness and wisdom, how much torque horsepower would you say the 33 GTR gearbox can take before it explodes spectacularly? The GTR gearboxes, I actually don't know if they're any different to the 25 boxes. Like obviously being four-wheel drive, yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell you, Mr. Sabiji. That's beyond my wisdom. That's rich people car wisdom, which is not me. I'm more in the throw together piece of trash cars wisdom. But no, I wouldn't know with a 33 GTR box, honestly. I'd assume probably a good 800 foot-pound, sort of 600, 800 wheel horsepower, maybe, before you're starting to probably get pretty unhappy. But yeah, no P-plate laws in WA. You lucky ducks. That's pretty cool. Although I'm pretty glad. I reckon if I didn't have P-plate laws, I would have been Probably not in a very good way. But yeah, so I don't know. I got right into street bikes when I was quite young. So when I was still on my green peas, I started working at a bike dealership, and I was able to get my unrestricted motorcycle license while I was still on my green peas. So I used to be able to ride around on like Panigales and S1000RRs and stuff. I was riding all them when I was like 19. So I managed to stay alive through all that. But yeah, if I was, I don't know, if I was 17 and was allowed to drive whatever I wanted, it probably wouldn't have ended well. Cruiser on the dyno soon. Yeah, Dwayne, probably. At the moment, we're planning a complete rebuild for that car. We've actually cracked a manifold finally. After 2 years of that car just going hard with those manifolds that Rex made, it finally cracked one. So we need to remake manifolds, and we're going to reposition the turbos and change a few things in the motor and do a few changes, and then probably a retune for sure. But we did tune that cruiser on that dyno. It just wasn't in our shed when we did it. XR5 turbo, best P plate car, makes all the good noises and good community. That's fair enough. Motorized bikes does sound like a pretty good deal. I've always thought even the Golf GTI, like I'm actually quite a big fan of the VW and Audi platform, and I reckon the Golf GTI with the DSG would actually be probably one of the quickest P plate cars around that you could do, and even just like preloaded tunes into them. It's pretty hard for a cop to tell that it's been modified if it's just got a preloaded tune, unless they really know what they're listening for. And yeah, it makes those things pretty quick. Let's do a vote for who could be the best channel moderator. I don't know. I don't feel like that would end well. Rex should put 80 on a ton of chassis. Nah, but the only reason we did the 80 is because of its four-wheel drive. So we've got probably way more cars we'd rather put on a ton of chassis, honestly. But yeah, damn me buying a rich person's car. Yeah, for sure. What model is the GoPro you use for your uploads? So I run the GoPro Hero 6 for pretty much everything. As you guys know, I do have a lot of problems with it. It's honestly, I don't think it's a fault of GoPro. It's just that thing has done a lot of work. Like that thing has done like 3 years of just filming, and I think it's just starting to get buggy and bad. So I really want to upgrade to the new GoPro Hero 8. But yeah, we'll find out. Where did you do your apprenticeship? I've never done an apprenticeship in my life. I was cars. As far as cars go, I was a hobbyist that just moved into full-time work. Rex is actually now qualified mechanic, but he's never done an apprenticeship either. He actually got his qualifications. What is it? Recognition of prior learning. So through the Australian Training Authority, he got recognition of prior learning for how much of his engineering degree he had done. So now Rex is actually a qualified mechanic and mechanical fitter. So that's pretty cool. I would have done mine, except for I've already done too many Cert 3s and 4s in the past 2 years that I've had government funded. So I'd have to pay for them myself. I can't get government funding anymore, and I don't have the money to pay for those tickets. So as long as Rex has got them, I don't really need them anyway. But yeah, that's just how it is. Where in Queensland are you guys located? So we're in southeast Queensland. I'm on the Sunny Coast. The workshop's located out near Yarraman, so it's about an hour and a half west of me. So I drive around an hour 20 every day to the workshop and back. So, but yeah, so we're in this nice little slice around the Sunny Coast, pretty much is where we are. Veloster Turbo stomps on stock GTI. I would not know, but I do like the Velosters. As like a pretty cool car. Like a little, I don't know, I've got a thing for hot hatches. I quite enjoy little hot hatches. I reckon cool. So cops walked in my car and saw my turning handset and asked about it, and I just said I didn't know. I got it off eBay to reset fault codes. They couldn't do anything. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty hard for them to argue that point. Has the baby been born? No, not yet. Still waiting. Still waiting on the young fella to get here. I'm going to TAFE to do a mechanic trade. Yeah, sweet. That's good stuff, Integra. Yeah, so yeah, like I was never that interested in just doing a mechanic trade because I'm not that interested in general mechanics. I really just want to build engines and tune performance stuff. But that's just me. Like even setting up the workshop, we're not really that interested in doing general servicing or general mechanical stuff. It's pretty much all just we want to be sponsorship. We want to be performance based, and that's pretty much all we want to do. So I'll come down. Yeah, sounds good, man. So is that your Is that a Veloster, Mafia Boy, or is that your Focus? You'd be chuffed if we had to start a stream to rush to the hospital. Yeah, I actually would be BCI. I really, really would be, because he's well overdue now. He needs to be here soon. The Veloster is in my avatar. Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah, I'd be keen to drive a Veloster, man. That'd be cool. I do like him. I sort of wanted to actually get this year. I wanted to get a Golf GTI or even a Golf R for the missus for a new sort of bit of a family car. But we've ended up deciding to just buy an FG, which is fine by me also because I quite like them. And yeah, after driving Zax and sort of looking at them and that, we're pretty keen to buy an FG. Have you ever been defected and what for? I have actually never been defected in my life. I've never been caught skidding in my life, and I've never been defected in my life. So I don't know. It's literally just luck. I'd like to say that I'm smart, but I'm really not. Like when I used to street the 31, I used to do the dumbest things in the dumbest places. But it's just I guess it's just down to pure luck. I've never actually been caught. So that's pretty cool. Did Creature find an X81 bar? No, he was under one from Adelaide, I think, but the dude didn't want to separate it from the rest of the front end. So no, he's still on the hunt for an X81 bar. You can't go to the dark side. What's the dark side, BCI? What do you think of 93 Integras at B18B? Yeah, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Integras. I don't know. I don't mind Civics, like the Civic hatches, but I've never really been a huge Honda guy. I love their motors, but I've never liked the sort of the Preludes or the Integras with that real long, coupy shape. I don't know. That's just me though. The B18 though is an awesome motor. Yeah, really, really cool motor. Big fan of the B series, and I'm a huge fan of the K series. So big fan of the K20s and the K24s. I think they're freaking awesome motors. I've always wanted to put one like convert one of them to rear-wheel drive and put it in something. I reckon it'd be absolutely wicked. So, couple laid back on the coast, most of car enthusiasts. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't know. I've been caught, like we've clocked a few times doing like real dumb shit on street bikes, but I've never really had to mingle with cops on the coast that much. So, yeah. Oh, Euros. Yeah, that's fair enough, BCI. Honestly, I don't particularly mind Euros. The other thing another thing I was keen to get a Golf 4 was because obviously with buying the dyno and everything, I wanted to be able to get into the platform of tuning Euros just because it's a big dollar market. So I still plan on doing that, but I just thought at the time if I bought a Golf, it would be a good opportunity to do it. But anyway, we'll sort it another way. So James Sherlock, I'll send you a link for one for sale. All right, cheers, James. Send it through. I'll send it to Adam. But the problem with Adam is it takes him ages to decide to do anything. So it's I don't know. It's just Adam. He's very particular with what he buys and what he spends money for, and he's very in the know for how much things are worth. So he likes to analyze things, like go over them with a fine tooth comb. Honda's remap, awesome. Yeah. I've heard. I'm pretty sure that I haven't looked into it a lot, but I know that Hondas have their own like software and stuff as well. Apparently, they're pretty good. I would like to get another one. The daily I bought now isn't a Honda, but I actually might have been sort of when I started the channel, or it might have even been before I started the channel. I did have an EK Civic, so I just had a dirty old D15 EK Civic. I was looking for a EG. Honestly, I made him on Fury Garage. If anyone watches his channel, if you don't, you should definitely go and start watching his channel. He just picked up an EG Civic with a B series engine in it, and he's doing like a rebuild and fixing that up too. So I was looking for an EG, but I couldn't find one for a good price. It didn't have like your classic clear coat peel and all that. So I wasn't looking to spend heaps of money on a new daily, and I just couldn't find an EG for the good price. So, but yeah, no, Hondas are sweet. I do like Hondas. In that sense, and yes, go for it. Yeah, maybe one day VCR, but like I said, we're going to get an FG, so that's what it's going to be. Yeah, Golf R is a completely different animal to a GTI. Yeah, they're pretty wild. Although the GTI, I'm pretty sure it's the GTI had one model, which I think was a limited run, which had the KO4 and the good rods in it, the same as the Golf R motor. So in a sense, it was pretty much a Golf R just in front-wheel drive, which appealed to me because obviously we weren't getting a four-wheel drive dyno. So that's sort of what I was looking to hopefully get. When you're sorting lip labs on some t-shirts, very soon, Pete. Zach's working on my websites at the moment. I'm going to get Pecky to make me some shirts. So Audi RS3s are insane. They are motorized bikes. They're awesome. But the reason I was looking at a Golf R instead of an RS3 is that the Golf R went to the 7-speed DSG in 2014. I think it was the Mark 7s or the Mark 7.5s. They went to actually the 7-speed DSG. Pretty sure it was the Mark 7. Where the RS3s didn't actually get the 7-speed till 2017. So you could pick up a 17-speed DSG Golf R for a pretty good price these days. And you still can't get a 7-speed DSG RS3 for those sorts of prices. So that's why I was looking at the Golf R, just because you get the 7-speed and having the extra gear actually means like way quicker. So really low time. So, just for the stage 2 maps and intake and exhaust, the Golf R's, like the Mark 7s, were running like 11.5s, which is just outrageous. Like that is a quick car for a pretty much stock car. So I was pretty keen on one of them, but it didn't work out. Maybe one day. I still, like I said, I like hot hatches, so I like them, the idea of them for a daily. Keep up the good work, guys. Cheers, Warren. Do you know of Big Dan, SR20 E36? No, can't say I do, sorry. Can't say I know of him. The Nürburgring Ring edition, nice, good saws. Yeah, good saws. FG-F6 look insane. Yeah, I really like the F6s. I really like FGs as a car. I reckon they're in awesome shape. They're really nice inside, and being trusty old Falcon, they're really comfy to drive. So pretty keen on getting an FG, but I can't afford an F6. I'm not getting an F6. Plus, they don't make the F6 in the color that I want. So I'm hoping to get a Swift Green FG. Mitsubishi Evo or Subaru Impreza, pick one. That is a good question. Spray ZZZ. So I've had Imprezas before. I had a Club Spec Evo 2 GC8, which was a full built stroked EJ, or was it EJ20G, but stroked to a 2.2 liter and like full PBG straight cut gears. And it was absolutely awesome. It was one of the favorite cars I've ever owned. Had so much fun in it. But I've another car that I was really hoping to get fairly soon before they start to go up in price was I really want to get an Evo 6. It's another car I've always wanted. I've always wanted an Evo 6. And I feel like they're at that sort of point where they're going to start going up in price now. BCI. It's a Subaru. It's called a Club Spec Evo 2. So for years, the Subis did like a limited run called this Club Spec Evo 2. And they came just with limited options. Well, not the Evo 2. Obviously, the Evo 2 was the one I had, but they do a Club Spec Evo each year for like 9 years. They did them. So right up into like the Peanut Eye. You could get a Peanut Eye. I think there was Club Spec Evo 7 or 8. So it was just a limited run of the Subaru. But yeah, it was a GC. It was a 98. So it was a GC8. But yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, so like I was saying, I've always wanted an Evo. I've always wanted an Evo 6. And I think I would buy an Evo if I was going to get another one again, just because I've already done the Subi thing. But I do love how punchy those boxes are. For like a 4-cylinder, it was incredibly torquey, especially being stroked, and it was just awesome fun to drive. Send a link to your Insta. Thanks, James. I'll send that through to Adam after the stream. I'll let him know. Thanks for that. How much horsepower do you think a B18B would take? I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. Like I really like the Honda motors, but I don't know enough about each one to know exactly, but I'm sure it's probably something stupid. It's probably way more than a 4-cylinder should be able to handle. Mighty AU, yeah, Ryan. I do love a Mighty AU, but they're starting to get like a tax on them now. Like the Mighty AU was cool because it was like a $300 car. Now because everyone started to love them for being the ugly duckling, they've gone up in price. Seen a couple around. Always thought everyone was taking the piss. Nah, BCI. It is weird to say you had like a WRX Club Spec Evo, but yeah, it's just a limited run. There wasn't heaps of differences, I don't think. A lot of it was the interior, which didn't make much difference to me because mine had full STI interior swap anyway, and mine was pretty off tap. That car was one of the most ridiculous cars I've ever owned. There's a WRX Club Spec Evo 10 here in town. It's in the weird orange. Oh, okay. So yeah, they must have made them right up into those shape then, because like back when I bought like pre 99, the Club Spec Evos were like a limited blue. So they were similar to the like your WRC blue, but a little bit lighter. Then from 99, I think through to after the Bug Eye, I think they did into the Bug Eye, they were like a bright yellow. Not a very nice color. Personally, I don't like the color, but yeah, they were like a bright yellow, the Club Specs. And then from the Peanut Eye, or the Blob Eye, they went to like that gray, sort of a gray color. And yeah, obviously they must have done them right up to that shape and gone to orange. So yeah, pretty cool little things there. Any clue who has a Subi Forester? I believe that's hell quick, shoots flames, and just pulls hard. Had to play with him on highway once. Nah, wouldn't be able to tell you, honestly. I'm not really, I haven't owned that Subaru for a long time, and I was never really big in the Subaru community. And when I owned that Subaru, I lived in Toowoomba, so I didn't live around here. But ever heard of the Lotus Carlton? Going for over £100,000 now, same time as Sierra Cosworth, which are also price rocking now. No, I've never heard of one, but yeah, I know all about the Cosworth, and I know how ridiculous they are in price. But yeah, I've never heard of a Lotus Carlton. What is it? Is it another like little hatch thing, or is that the Subaru you posted on Insta the other day? Yes, it is, chap lads. So yeah, that Subaru was yeah, Eagle rods. It was an EJ257 crank, so it was a 2.5 liter STI crank, which with the 2 liter. I had Manly 2 liter pistons, so it was a 2.2 liter stroker. Did you ever wrap a VN around a pole? I feel like you're not a true OG till you have. No, I haven't, Integra. I've never done that. I've never wrapped a VN around a pole. I've never even owned a VN, so no, definitely not. But I don't know. I've never really had a bad car accident, so I guess I'm not a real Aussie. I'm a fake Australian. Lotus Carlton was the world's fastest four-door for a while. Twin turbo 3.6 inline six. Awesome cars. Yeah, right. That's awesome. Oh, I'll have to do some research into them and find out. Because yeah, honestly, I don't know anything about them. Can you run ITBs with a turbo? Yes, you can. So that's the RB26 is factory ITBs with a turbo, or 2 turbos. You can run them. Can be done, but it's I don't know, to do it on something that isn't already done, it's a lot of work. And personally, I just don't see the point. That's just me. Like for me, I'd rather just have, your gaping big throttle body and you're just forcing air down its hole anyway. So, but that's just me. But yeah, you can run RTBs with a turbo for sure. Please do a K70 build. I would love to. I would love to do a K. I absolutely love them. But same thing, where they're just getting so expensive. Actually, one popped up today was pretty cheap, which I would love to get my hands on, but I just bought a new daily, so I can't be spending money. I'm at a point now where I've got that many cars lying around the paddock. I've got that many builds to finish, and where I'm just like I can't buy any more cars. So yeah, I would love to do a K, but I can't. Are you tuning Max's XR8? No, I'm not motorized bikes. He's getting Real Dyno to do that. So those boys have got a pretty good relationship with Real Dyno. And I haven't had any experience with doing PCM tech on those Boss motors as of yet. So I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't want to go poaching any people just because I'm on YouTube. Doesn't mean I want to be poaching people who already have tuners that they have pretty good relationships with. So yeah, so Real Dyno's doing that, and he's got a lot of experience with PCM tech, and he's done all them boys' cars before. So I'm pretty excited to see what that thing's going to make, and yeah, that'll be a good little build. It's a pretty cool car. What do you think about the old Sigma? Oh, Dave, the old Skidma. I love them. I reckon they're awesome. Me and Rex actually, when we were kids, we had Sigmas as bush bashes. We've ruined a lot more Sigmas than we like to talk about these days. But back then, they were just pieces of junk. But yeah, Sigmas are awesome. I would love to get back some of those cars that we bush bashed and destroyed when we were kids. Best performance car bargain nowadays. That's a good question, Jerry. I don't know. Performance car bargain. Honestly, I wouldn't be. Yeah, I'd have to think about it. I'm sure they're out there, but it's definitely. I'll tell you what, it's probably nothing that's Japanese. Not these days. The tax on them is getting crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I'd say probably like a Mazda. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't even be able to say. I'm a bit out of touch with a lot of the market, so yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's some out there though. Original car was a Vauxhall Carlton Opel Mega, and then Lotus tuned and made some modifications. Oh, okay. Yeah, right. So it's an Opel based thing. Yep. Oh, I'll have to do some research and look into it because I've never seen one. Or maybe I might have seen one, but I didn't know what it was. There's 40 people watching. Surely you tell us what car you got. Nah, can't do it. It'll ruin the video. It'll ruin the ironically funny video. So you just have to make sure you subscribe and yeah, watch it later on. Sorry, I'm late, creature. No worries, Azza. Yeah, honestly, it's just been me flat of gas bagging for 50 minutes. Holy crap. Holy crap, it's been going for 50 minutes. Wow. Yeah. A bath, Dre Casey. G'day, Dre. Yeah, those little Dre's got a little Fiat Abarth 500. Like one of the, it's just like a little bubble, but it's turboed and it's freaking awesome. It sounds wicked. And those things are pretty quick. So that would probably be a pretty good. That's the only problem is they haven't been making them for that long, so it's hard to pick them up real cheap these days. But value for money, those things look really cool. Yes, Azza, I did see that. We were talking about that before, actually. That single cam Intac S13. It's exactly what I want to do, but just with a barrel. So, bulk respect. Above 500. Yep. Cheapest sports car. I'd have to probably agree with you, Dre. Like I said, I'm pretty out of touch with the new market, but yeah, I know that they're not super expensive, and they are pretty ridiculously fast for what they are. Please let the new car be a Festiva. No, Toast and G's, it's not. I did consider a Festiva. I had looked at a few of them, but yeah, it's not a Festiva, but it is equally as cool, I reckon. Renault 5 GTA Turbo, fast as F. Oh, pardon me. Got the NA Mark II FG. No, I didn't, Azza. Oh, this is just something cheap for me to run to the workshop in. I won't get an FG probably till after tax time. When I get my tax return, I'll probably look at getting an FG. But yeah, no FG yet. Dre, they're starting to go for around 12 grand. Yeah, that's pretty good value for money for the age of the car. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know anything about Renault, guys. Sorry, I literally Renault is just completely blank. I know absolute SFA about them, so I got not much to say about Renault. Honestly, I don't know much about Fiat either. The only reason I know about that Fiat is because Dre has one, and yeah, I saw it with my own two eyes once when I went to pick up some parts off Dre. So Dre's got a Dre Casey here in the chat. He's got like actual him and his old man have got R31 Passage GTs. Both super clean, super nice cars. So awesome. Well, I mean, you need a family car, right? What about a TRD Orient? Kind of expensive though, all around reliability as well. Honestly, I remember when the Orients first came out, I thought they were pretty cool. I still think they're pretty cool, but I just want a Falcon. I love Falcons. Especially after owning the Mighty Wagon. I can't fault me Falcons. I just love them. It's just they're too expensive on fuel. So no, I'm pretty keen on an FG. It's just like a fancy Falcon. Thinking about getting a cheap BF Mark II Fairmont. Oh, hell yeah. Full second-hand turbo setup on the NO motor. Just run stout 280, 300 kilowatt. Yep, eBay cooler piping, airflow cooler. That sounds awesome, Azza. Those Fairmonts are so nice inside. Really nice cars. And that sort of power, you should be good. You might have to look at just putting a kit through the BTR because I'm pretty sure there's still a BTR. The Mark II, they might have gone to the ZF. I'm not sure. You'd have to check. If it's a ZF, you're probably all right. But even at 300 kilowatt, the Fairmont's quite heavy. You might have a few issues with the BTR at that sort of power level. But you just have to look at putting a kit through one. New Daily is a Barina, 100% calling it now. Had considered a Barina as well. Honestly, I was pretty much looking at any small car, but no, it's not a Barina. But it is cool. It's probably actually even smaller than a Barina. Why not get a bike as a daily cheap as fuel and the performance through the roof? Yes. Yeah. So as I was saying before, I've been into street bikes. I've done my street bike phase. My problem with street bikes is pretty much just the safety and inconvenience of like rain and things like that. That and yeah, just the quality of the road that's out to the workshop. But yeah, I definitely considered a bike, but just yeah, nah. I thought about it, but nah. Basically a tiny hatchback with 200 horsepower, 1.3 turbo, 4-cylinder in the boot. That does sound like fun, Mr. Sabidi. So that's that Renault I'm assuming you're talking about. They love to catch fire too. That doesn't sound like fun. That sounds like unfun. New daily is a Sexcel, that's facts. Oh, I'm not going to say anything. I do love the Sexcels though. I do love me XLs. They're great. Number one best looking car ever. Is that a question, Sprays, or did I miss? Are you referring to something else in the chat? I'm not sure if that's a question or not, but I'll answer it anyway. Number one best looking car ever. I don't know. I can't go past the GT40. Like, I just reckon they're just one of the best looking cars ever made for sure. Thoughts on Honda's Civic Prelude Integra? Yeah, Dougals, we were talking about that just before. I'm a big fan of Hondas. Not so much the Preludes and Integras, but big fan of Civics. Big fan of Honda Motors for sure. Doing a big turbo swap soon on the Abarth. So should be making around 150 kilowatt at the wheels. That will be, yeah, that'll be wild, Dre. That's going to be awesome. So are they stock? Are they like a KO3 or something? Are they Bull Warner from stock, like a lot of other Euros, or are they a different brand? Not, yeah. What sort of turbo are they stock? BF is ZF standard. Awesome. Oh, that's good. Well, if you get the ZF, then you don't have to really worry about it. The ZF should handle the turbo. No worries. Smart car? No, it's not a smart car. Those are expensive. Those are Mercedes. I'm not Mercedes classy. There's also TRD Corollas. Why not get a Starlet and turbo? Wicked pocket rockets. The Clasher, I had definitely considered that. I was super keen on a Starlet. I do love the 4E and the 5E platform, but Starlets are actually at the same thing where they're sort of starting to get pretty expensive. And same thing as the Civics, where I couldn't find one for a good price that didn't have like clear coat peel or like wasn't an auto. So trying to find a nice clean manual hatch that was a pretty good price and still had some sort of cred, like the Starlets are starting to get up there a bit. So actually, just looking around, a lot of these little hot hatches that you used to be able to hardly give away are starting to just go up in price. It's ridiculous. So I'm pretty stoked that I got what I got cheap. You should be pretty stoked to see it. It's another one of those cars that I reckon is going to start probably going up a bit in price. So why not try to find a 6-speed? Well, I might try to find a 6-speed. Yeah. Stick to my original idea of EL Fairmont or NL Fairmont, slam it and boost it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, we've talked about doing the single cams. So yeah, either one I support. The Fairlanes are really nice. Not a Festida, not a Barina. It is a Daihatsu charade. Oh, it might be a Daihatsu Sior. Who knows? It might be a Mirror 200. I'm not going to give away any clues though. Lambo Diablo Sheer Beauty. Yes, Rose. I've actually, Lambo Diablo was one of my favorite cars as a kid. All those old Need the Speed games. Yeah, big fan of the Diablo and the Countach. Like that era of Lambo was awesome. Style it with a Hayabusa. Yeah, that would be epic. Turbo Hayabusa. There are IHI from stock. Oh yeah, yep. Used a Garrett 1446. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. So IHI. Fair enough, Dre. Oh, that's pretty cool. Keen to see that thing with a proper turbo on it. That's going to be skid. So do you have to remap it for the new turbo, or is it just like a flash map, or what are you going to do there? Starlets are expensive. Yeah, they actually are, Jerry. Oh, well, for what I wanted to spend on a daily. Trust me, I didn't want to spend much at all. Does your new car have a 4H? No, unfortunately, Ryan, it doesn't. I was keen on a 4H. Again, I was looking for a Corolla. I wanted another 4H little Corolla thing, but same thing. They're just so expensive now. Like for a decent manual 4H Corolla, it's just it's like expensive. Honda City and Hayabusa, yeah, honestly, any of those little cars with like a Hayabusa motor, I reckon would be sick. So yeah, huge fan of doing stuff like that, little oddball things. Yeah, sweet. Oh, this has been fun. Live streaming's fun. It's been like an hour of just talking. It's been great. It's been really great. But yeah, I'm sure as you have picked up, my taste in cars is very broad. I'm interested in a lot of different things. So I've got a lot of general knowledge about a lot of things. Do you think Porsche are one of the best sports for cornering? I wouldn't be able to say. I've never actually driven one, so I don't know. I've always been one of those people that love to hate Porsche. But that being said, I'm a big Subi fan, so you sort of can't hate on Porsche and like Subaru. So I don't know. Honestly, I wouldn't buy a Porsche. I wouldn't own a Porsche, I don't think. But I don't know, they might be good for tuning, but not sure. My mate's AE drift car, fully decked out with eBay spec, hopefully 300 kilowatt tune this week. Hell yeah, that's awesome. That's good stuff. Old mech speeding ones, sick. It's been really great. Cheers, Alex. I hope you enjoyed, Alex. Have you decided what you're going to do with your Hilux and the Cressy, Alex? Have you thinking about buying that 3RZ? What's the go? What's the go? So Alex here in the chat, he's our resident photo lens wizard, and he's got the sick MX-32 that I post sometimes. So it's MX-32 slammed on Longchamps. It's skits. So anyway, he's looking to maybe put a new motor in it, and he's got a 3RZ Hilux. So I'm trying to convince him to let us convert the Hilux to something so that we can use the 3RZ out of the Hilux and rebuild that and turbo it and put it in the MX-32. So that's what I'm trying to get Alex to do. I'm hoping he'll go for it. But yeah, if we do that, we'll be documenting that car a bit more on the channel if Alex will allow it. Yeah, I've had a few Passage GTs myself, and a one-owner dark blue over charcoal 31 GXE. I put an RB25D T into. That's awesome, Dave. That's goals. I sort of wish that they were still an achievable thing for us to get, but at this point, they're just they're just too out of reach as far as price goes. Dre's is definitely one of the nicest ones I've ever seen in person, but I haven't seen a lot of them in person. Would you rather an R34 GTR or a Lamborghini Gallardo? About the same price now. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you for sure. Probably a GTR for just purely from a investment point of view. I'd probably rather have a GTR in the shed, but I don't think it'd be something I'd drive or enjoy. I'd probably just cover it up and leave it. And yeah, Gallardo, I've never been a big fan of them, honestly. The V10 motor, that platform's awesome. Throw a heap of boost at them and they're sweet, like just purely just a really fast car. But I can't say that I really love the look of them or anything. So my Bath is the 160 horsepower model. All they need is bigger turbo, injectors, front mount, and a flash tune. We'll make 200 horsepower, 260 horsepower at the front wheels, and the new clutch. That sounds like a ball, Dre. How much do they actually weigh? What's the curb weight for one of them? I'm interested to know. Do you spanner a lot at home? No, pretty much just the workshop. I don't really live somewhere where I, can do anything. So all I do at home is put together flat pack furniture. What swap do you think would be best way to go for my KSEV? SR, 4H, 3RZ, or beams? Oh, Lockie. Such a hard choice. Like I said before, I've always wanted to K24 swap something like that. Honestly, if you're willing to go for it, I would be going down the road of trying to put a K24 in it. Easy and cheap to pick up. They came in like the Honda CRV, so they're pretty cheap to grab just from wreckers and stuff around the place. But definitely would be a bit of a challenge of a swap to do. The bottom of the motor, because they're east-west, they actually have two balance shafts that run pretty much almost most of the length of the motor. So it makes them really hard to actually convert to a car that has a cross member. But, you're looking at a pretty good 300 horsepower aspirated, which is more than pretty much all the motors that you've listed as far as what you get. So I'd be looking to do that, but it's a lot of work to do that swap. 260 with 300 newton meters and only 1,000 kilos. Yep, that's sick. That's awesome, Dre. That is good value for money fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. Did you see some finally made a billet barra? Oh yeah, that's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be outrageous. Yeah, Dre, all the torque steering from Savigi. Yeah, exactly. But torque steer is fun. It's one of those things like ridiculously powered rear wheel drive cars. You got to rake traction and you got to steer it. Same thing driving a ridiculously powered front wheel drive car is that torque steer is half the fun of doing it. Cressida on the back burner for now. Figured finish bodywork and paint the Hilux first. Yeah, fair enough, Alex. When you're ready to do something, I'm keen to do something with it. Leprechaun flatback simply oratory. Yeah, pretty much. HR31 GT, the best. Quite happy for you to do a review of my old girl. Yeah, I'd be keen to do that one day, Dre. It's just a matter of finding the time. I'm so busy at the moment. I know I have 300 horsepower Saab 9000. That was all over the road. Quite fun though. That's funny, Mr. Savigi. We've actually got a Saab 9.3. I don't know if you've noticed it in the videos at all. Dinner in 15 minutes. Okay, baby. I'll be down. Yeah, so we've actually got a Saab 9.3 that we've pretty much owned since new, and it's got the 2.3 liter turbo in it, and it's always been a pretty cool car. But it's at that age where it's just electrical gremlins and just pretty wrecked now. But was a really cool car. Demi laughing at shelf. Sub, nice motor back in the day. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. We've had a bit of sub exposure as well. K24 and a K70 would be very, very cool. We'll have a look into it. Yeah, definitely Lachlan. I know Hoonigan. What's his name? Can't remember his name. The big dude from Hoonigan. He's just done a K swap on his. I think it's a 180 or an S14. I don't know, an S chassis. So they're pretty common in the S chassis. So you just have to look into what sort of gearbox they're using for the rear-wheel drive configuration. I remember when I looked into it, you could buy adapter plates for the like the BMW ZF gearboxes. So yeah, there's options for rear drive. But yeah, it'd probably be a pretty hard swap, but I reckon it would be super sick. Definitely something cool. Me and Rex have always wanted to do one in something like a KE, like a really light car. But we were planning on going auto. We just wanted to do one as a budget, see how cheap we could build like an 8-second car out of K24, because turbo they make stupid power, pretty cheap, and in something really light like a KE or something, it would be a really quick car for not very much money. Have you ever used diesel as engine flush? No. Well, yeah, we use it as we used to use it for degreaser a lot. So we used to use diesel for degreaser, and we used to use diesel in our parts wash tub to clean up, pistons and stuff like that as well. So hurry up and buy an FG. I want to see a build. Yeah, around tax time. Ford Laser TX3 400 horsepower. Yes. Yeah, those little TX3 lasers were always insane. Very cool. But again, very expensive now. But yeah, there's a lot of like cool little oddball cars like that around. Yeah, I've seen the 9.3. Yeah. We can't even get rid of it over here. We can't even give the thing away over here. Actually, for a little while, I was looking at Gearbox option to actually convert that thing to rear-wheel drive and put it in something just to make use of the motor. But yeah, it's pretty uncommon, or I've found that it's pretty hard to find a box that I could convert it to. But I know for a fact that those things love sort of around that 320 horsepower mark as well, which would be very cool. Cool swap. Cool little oddball thing to do. But same thing where they're pretty rare over here. They're not super common and super hard to get parts for. So Ford Capri, Brooklyn's, Ford Best FGX. Hello. G'day, mate. Yeah, it's cool, bud. Anytime. Yeah, I think you'll love the bath once done. I guarantee you I'll love the bath once it's done. Yeah, so yeah, heaps of pops and bangs. Pretty skits. Yeah, the TX3s are off tap, but yeah, super expensive now. There's cool things like that around. There's heaps of stuff like that I've always wanted, but as you can tell, if I owned every car that I always wanted, I'd have even like more cars than I do now. What do you think of popcorn limiters and dump valves on cars? I don't understand, Sprays. What does that mean? What's a popcorn limiter? 3RZ is a new 2J. Yeah, Dave. 3RZs are always. I've always maintained that 3RZs are awesome motors for years and years. And just now, like there's so much aftermarket support now coming out for them. It's really exciting to see, especially like all the Golby's boys starting to really get in and do a lot of 3RZ stuff. Yeah, I love me 3RZs. They're sick. But it's the same thing where now like 3RZ is starting to be. You have to pay a fair bit to get a good 3RZ motor now. They used to be really cheap. Same thing, but Hiluxes, 3RZs, all that stuff's starting to get really expensive now. But anyway, still obviously a lot cheaper than a 2J. So yeah, I agree, Jay. I'd need a freaking warehouse too. I think I don't even know. There's so many cars that I want to buy, that I want to own and build and do things with, but not enough time. I'm planning on buying a rep FPV Typhoon and putting the motor in my AU Falcon. Oh, that's skit. That's a good way to go. Love a good sleeper AU. All right, guys. Well, this has been absolutely epic, but we're up to like an hour and 10 minutes now. I got dinner on the way very soon, as you saw, Chelsea said it in the chat before. But this has been a great success for a first live stream, I feel. There's still a lot that I don't understand. So yeah, thanks BCI, and I'll probably hit up Zach and try and figure out how I can change the setup a bit and try and make it better. But yeah, so cheers for watching, guys. Well, I appreciate everyone tuning in, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. So I'll try and do a bit more live streaming now. This was fun. I didn't expect it to be so fun. Honestly, I didn't expect so many people to freaking watch. I think we had like over 40 people at one point. So that's awesome. Cheers, guys. Dinner's for the week. Nah, I need to eat. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll catch you later. Peace.